where you just got married, maybe put your energy into getting to know Steph. And it was I just didn't know what Julia I was going to get on a day-to-day basis. Like, I felt that she was quite fragile, quite up and down like a yo-yo.
Down. Grayson, hello, man. How are you?
I'm well, guys. I'm well. Thanks for having me.
Look, you sound a little apprehensive there, and rightly so, because it was a hard watch last night, essentially watching you get rejected by Julia on national TV, not to rub salt in the wound.
Not ideal.
Not ideal. But in all seriousness, were you surprised? Because you guys had chemistry at the wedding and then it completely seemed to drop off after that.
Was I surprised? Slightly blindsided, I guess. It just kind of came out of nowhere, because I was under the impression that we were moving in the right direction, like things were slowly progressing, which I guess Julia was, hoping for, and like the slow progression, I mean. But I guess, I was just, shocked. I just felt a little bit defeated, really. I was just trying to bring the optimism to the relationship, and I felt like I had the rug pulled out from under me.
Do you think Julia did feel anything for you at the start, because it was such a slow burn? Do you think there was a spark there and then it drifted off, or it just sort of never took off?
Look, I think there may have been a spark there. I guess, if that's the way you want to put it. I think we felt safe together. In a situation that we're in, obviously marrying a stranger, it's crazy, right? So we kind of gravitated to each other and maybe felt safe. I think safety was probably the word that she may have, the feeling she may have felt, rather than spark. I think that's probably the best way to put it.
And what about from your end? Because Julia has come out and said that there was a lot of conflict that we weren't seeing properly on screen, which would explain things more, because it was a little confusing as a viewer to see that you guys just weren't vibing, but then we didn't really see any cause of why you weren't gelling.
Yeah, look, it is a bit deflating, and I have to agree with Julia that a lot hasn't been shown, and I wish it had, because it would have depicted our relationship a lot more. I'm surprised to hear her actually say that, to be honest. However, I guess I wouldn't call it conflict, to be honest. I would just call it, conversations with passion, really, more so just trying to navigate our way through the relationship and understand each other. And our communication styles are just vastly different, as I'm sure you're aware. I mean, it's not hard to work that out, but I think, we just really found it hard to communicate. And for me, it's not conflict. It's just, I guess, trying to work out how each other tick. For me, that's definitely not conflict.
So what was the main arguments that we didn't see about? Or conflict, or communication style, or however we want to say it?
Oh, look, I think, for me, I just didn't know what Julia I was going to get on a day-to-day basis. Like, I felt that she was quite fragile, quite, up and down like a yo-yo for me. And I think it was just really hard for me to adapt to that so abruptly. In the heat of the moment, in such a, I guess, a hostile environment, I think her emotions got the better of her, and sort of just didn't, it just spilled over, I guess, is the best way to put it. And it was just, I felt like we were just dealing with things that she was battling with the whole time, and it was just not about the relationship. It was just about her. And I just had to speak up at times. And when I did speak up, it was apparently conflict. It was more of a conversation for me.
So if you thought that was unpredictable, how you been finding the dinner parties and the commitment ceremonies and everything? Because, my God, there's been some stuff going on.
Oh, geez. I mean, I actually, it is becoming predictable now, right? Like the behavior of some of these humans. Like, it's just, it's disgusting, really. Almost embarrassing to be in the same room as some of those people watching it back. But, it's, some seriously bad behaviour and just, to even be affiliated with some of them, to me, to be honest, right now, is, watching it back, it's like, geez, it's a hard watch.
So a lot of people were saying how the guys weren't really sticking up or getting involved or calling out the bad behaviour. Would you agree with that, or did we just not see that on screen?
Yeah, look, I would agree to a certain extent. I know that I had a crack at sort of, calming down and sort of stepping in, but, from what you've seen so far, it was a proper war zone, honestly. Like, you can't get a word in. It's just, I think there was a comment made by someone, I can't remember, but it's like, no, let the girls have their time, like, and don't step in, they can handle themselves as such. They wanted to come across as those strong women and independent women that they can fight their own fight. But, there was times where I stood in. I know Luke stood in as well. But yeah, some of it hasn't been depicted on camera, which is unfortunate.
Well, one thing I do want to ask about is apparently there was an issue with David and Chris, but we didn't get to see a lot of that. Is that something that happened and you witnessed?
Look, I don't know the details that you guys have seen or read, but there was there is a few little things that went on, but nothing too extreme, to my understanding. It's just, I guess, men being men and what do you call it? Masculine energy, as Tyson would call it, coming out.
Oh, God, Tyson, what's your take on him?
Oh, where do I start, guys?
At the beginning, tell us everything.
Oh, look, he's just someone I just don't align with at all. His values, his ethics, his morals, his views on women. Like, it's guys like him that give men a bad name, to be honest. For me, as a man, I see it's our job to sort of uplift women and look after them, protect them. And he's just done the complete opposite. And for me, I just can't cop it.
And how does he get accepted by the guys having such extreme views? Because one thing we have seen in the past is that toxic masculinity on the show, but there's not a lot of that we're seeing so far. I'm hoping we're going to see it rejected.
Oh, well, I'd say strap yourselves in for tonight then. But yeah, look, he doesn't fit in. That's the thing. Like, he's too old. He's just closed-minded, and yeah, it's hard. It's really hard.
We've seen how he acts with women. What's he like with other men as well? Like, is he a bit of a dick in that regard?
I wouldn't think so. I think he tries to find common ground. He attempts to try and find common ground, but I think he'd made his bed before before he had the chance to sort of build relationships with the guys. He made a comment to me at his wedding. I had the pleasure of attending, and he said, we'll be able to go to the gym, all the boys will be able to hang out. I said, mate, if that's what you're here for, you probably should just pack up and leave. I mean, you just got married. Maybe put your energy into getting to know Steph and having a crack at that, because essentially that's what we're here for, rather than just going to the gym and hanging out with the boys. So
love that from you, Grayson. Yeah. Love that from you. Well, we've loved watching you so far. Fingers crossed you can get it back on track with Julia. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much, guys. Pleasure.
Hey you, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.